On The Walking Dead. AJ and I had been searching for a long time for some place we could call home. Just when we thought we'd found a huge stash of food, it turned out to be a trap. That could have been the end. But I woke up and found I'd been saved by a guy named Marlon, the leader of a community living inside an old boarding school. It felt like a chance at having a home, a real one. We had to go back to the train station to see if any food survived the explosion. But someone else had the same idea. When AJ distracted him, I shoved him into a pack of walkers. I found Marlon and Brody in the basement that night, arguing about the man we'd seen, and I learned why Brody was so afraid. The man was part of a group of raiders they'd run into a year ago. Marlon traded Tennessee's older sisters to the raiders to keep himself safe. He attacked Brody and locked me in the basement with her. When she turned, I had to stop her. Marlon stole AJ's gun and tried to convince them I had murdered Brody. Lewis backed me up. With everyone against him, the fight went out of Marlon. I told him he could stay, but he couldn't be our leader. But then, Marlon was dead, and AJ pulled the trigger. He remembered what I'd taught him. To always aim for the head.
Und damit heiße ich euch herzlich willkommen zu The Walking Dead Final Season.
Made you some coffee.
Wartet mal kurz, ich habe hier irgendwie die Untertitel machen wir schon an, ne?
It was in the kitchen. Tin said that I can have some. I didn't steal it.
I'm surprised you remember how to make it. We haven't had coffee in a long time.
You put it in hot water.
You're right. Thanks.
Last night, with Marlon, I heard Lewis and what he called me. Am I a murderer?
Hier muss ich realistisch denken.
No! Oh my God!
Shit! We could get medicine from the nurse's office.
He's dead. The kid blew his brains out. You shot him. He's dead. You're a murderer. You promised Marlon. You said you'd help him fix things. What the fuck did you teach this kid?
Lewis called me a murderer. But we're supposed to kill bad stuff. Monsters. Did I do it bad? I thought Marlon was bad. He killed
muss es
Brody.
sagen.
He kept telling lies.
Lewis was right. Sometimes people do bad things, like Marlon did. But when you shot him, he wasn't a threat to us anymore. If you kill someone when they're no longer threatening you, that's murder.
Das ist die knallharte Wahrheit.
What are we gonna do?
Hätte ich es jetzt gut gelassen.
Back off, all of you!
It was under control. I talked Marlon down. Then he murdered my fucking friend.
Take AJ, go inside.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, just let them go back to the dorms? What happens the next time one of us does something this kid doesn't like? Should we expect a bullet too?
That's not what happened.
It's exactly what happened.
No, he wouldn't do that. He'd never hurt any of you.
Naja, bis auf Marlon.
It was... Marlon threatened us.
AJ pointed the gun first.
We get it, Lewis. Just back off, okay?
Back off? Seriously?
Let's go.
Clem? If I'm a murderer, am I gonna die too?
What? No.
Well, I think murderers are like monsters, and I know what happens to monsters. Nothing good. Nothing good at all.
AJ, you're not a monster.
Aber schon allein diese Entscheidung.
I wish they didn't.
We're going to fix this. You and
Ich muss
me.
übrigens noch dazu sagen,
I'm
es
going to help
könnte
you
die
atone.
letzte Episode sein.
Atone?
It means make up for what you did wrong.
Aber sie wollen es doch
We'll
irgendwie
make it all right
versuchen
with the others.
zu beenden wenigstens.
For God's sake, someone help me with this!
Aber da gibt
Saved
es
you
leider
from
noch
that car
sehr
wreck,
viele.
and you fucking murdered him?
Get back, Mitch!
Get back.
Or what? You gonna let him kill me too? Then who's next? A Sim? Willie?
Haven't enough people died tonight? Brody, Marlon, we can't keep killing each other.
Fuck are you saying that to me after what he did? Screw both of you.
Ach, jetzt lernen wir Mitch richtig kennen. Der hat bestimmt eine wichtige Rolle in den jetzigen Episoden.
Hey, what is it?
You've killed a lot of people. You murdered your friend Lee, didn't you?
What?
You said he was handcuffed. He wasn't a threat. So... that means you murdered him.
I killed him because I loved him. I didn't want him to suffer.
How? He'd be dead.
He would have turned. I didn't want that for him. He deserved better.
Das Kind versteht's einfach nicht.
I love you, Clem.
I love you back.
Ich hätte auch deutsche Synchro nehmen können, aber das wollte ich euch leider nicht antun, weil Clems Stimme ist schon im Kopf eingebrannt.
Hey. Violet said to come get you for the funeral.
Really?
We used to have them more. Then we stopped. It seems right, though. I brought you something.
For me?
I figured you'd be afraid, with everyone all upset. But you were brave last night. Like a firefighter.
No. Firefighters are good. I'm a murderer.
No, you're not. You gotta have a trial first. They decide that stuff in a courtroom. That's how it works. Worked before. Back then, there were all kinds of rules about who was innocent, who was guilty.
We have to decide things for ourselves now. We can't rely on other people to make the rules for us.
Who decided you're a murderer?
Clem. But she's right. So's everyone else.
I think you're okay.
Jetzt bin ich der Böse.
You sure you don't want your firefighter?
You should keep him, 'cause you're good like him. But maybe we could play with him later? Together?
Sure. After the funeral. They buried them already. Viol'll start it soon. See you out there.
Ich frage mich nur, ob das
This is gonna be hard.
passiert wäre, wenn ich eine andere Entscheidung
Everyone's going to be
getroffen hätte.
upset. We need to show them we care, okay?
Er
Okay.
wäre bestimmt durch was anderes gestorben. Ich darf mich umsehen. Ich kann Kaffee trinken. Seit wann trinkt Clem Kaffee? Geht zur Beerdigung, wenn du bereit bist. Das heißt, wir dürfen wirklich noch Sachen machen.
At least these won't die.
Oh, das ist so gut.
They look good together.
Do you think his is better?
No, I like them both.
Der kurze. Ah, Kinder sind so schwierig. Ich kann nicht mit Kindern. Warum gibt man mir ein Kind in einem Spiel?
Time to go?
Soon.
Bald. Ich habe doch schon alles angeguckt. Was kann ich denn noch angucken? Sonst. Wir bekommen noch bestimmt
Ready?
Probleme. Das ist etwas Gutes. Er muss seine Taten bereuen. Also was anderes, da hätte er gesagt, okay, es ist toll, sowas zu machen. Ich muss strenger sein zu ihm. Eigentlich Kinder hassen ihre Eltern, oder? Weil sie Sachen verbieten. Ich erziehe AJ jetzt mal ein bisschen strenger. Ich werde ihm nicht so verrückte Sachen beibringen, wie in den Kopf schießen. Ich werde vorsichtiger sein. Und ich gucke mich jetzt hier genauer um. Ich habe 3 Sachen vergessen. Es gibt ja in jeder Episode noch Zeug zu sammeln. Und ich hoffe wirklich, dass die einen Kompromiss finden, dann nochmal alle zusammen an einen Strang ziehen, Telltale und andere Entwickler vielleicht auch, um noch zu helfen. Und ich finde, die hätten sie einfach noch nicht kündigen sollen, sondern wenigstens dieses Projekt. Das Projekt endet im November. Wenn ich das richtig sehe. Im Oktober kommt noch eine Episode, im November. Die haben ein Datum gemacht. Sie wollen es fertig bringen. Und von Sony aus dürfen sie es noch nicht. Sie müssen eine Abfindung für die Leute, die dran gearbeitet haben. Und das sind so über 200 Leute, also wenn Telltale pleite ist, wie soll das gehen? Aber klar, so einfach kann man keine Leute einfach feuern. Dass das natürlich Konsequenzen hat, wenn die rund um die Welt verteilt sind, das, ja. Bin ich gespannt, was noch passiert. Ich will auf jeden Fall, dass sie dieses Projekt beenden, weil man bezahlt nicht 25 € für ein halbes Spiel. Und mir hat es schon gereicht, einen Vollpreis für Final Fantasy 15 zu zahlen. Und sorry, wenn ich jetzt hier so rumlaufe, aber ich will... Okay. Alles genau.
I did that.
Ihr wird es nie wieder tun.
Come on.
Ich bin gespannt, wie sich das Ganze... Ah, ich habe jetzt was gelöscht, was mein Second Run werden soll. Tja. Soll ich einen zweiten Run im Stream machen? Habt ihr da Bock drauf? Oh, ich sehe gerade, mein Mikro ist wieder scheiße. Wartet.
Oh God, they're here.
So what? They knew Brody, didn't they?
Yeah, but Marlon...
Just leave them alone.
Shit.
Clem? What? Why do people have funerals?
Brody and Marlon.
Tin said they used to have them more,
They died.
but I don't get it.
Well, to say goodbye to someone you've lost.
But they're dead.
Brody.
This is your last chance to see them before they're gone forever.
I made them all sad.
Dreams.
Like if someone took you away.
We didn't.
Does everyone get a funeral?
We didn't care.
People do.
because she was-
Some animals, too.
Whatever she said.
Even monsters?
I don't know where she found all that joy she carried around.
Even monsters.
10. You ready?
Brody, you always said you wanted to go to the beach. So, I drew it for you.
Marlon was...
I can't. Not for Marlon. After what he did to the twins and Brody,
You didn't even like Brody. You were always mean to her.
I can't. Someone else do it.
Bitch.
Dude, don't.
Seriously, Lewis? He was your best friend. He wasn't perfect, but he deserved better than to get gunned down by that kid. AJ killed him like it was nothing. We all saw it, and no one stopped him.
You're right, Mitch. Marlon didn't deserve what AJ did to him.
I know what I did. I'm sorry. I know I'm a murderer. But I'm gonna,
Atone.
yeah, atone it.
Fuck, I can't listen to this.
What I did was bad, and I'm gonna make it up to you. I promise.
You don't have to make up shit. Marlon was a fucking murderer and a liar, and if we'd all asked more questions about Minnie and Sophie disappearing last year, none of this would have happened.
She's got a point.
Shut up! It wasn't Marlon's fault.
Then whose fault was it?
Violet's right. You all share responsibility for what happened to Sophie and Minnie. And to Brody.
And what about Marlon? Who's responsible for that?
Me.
See what I mean? How can any of us trust these fucking people?
What are you saying?
I'm saying they gotta fucking go. Take a vote. Majority decides. They stay or they leave. Today.
That does seem fair.
Are you serious? It's bullshit.
I don't want to leave. But if you all decide we should, we'll go.
Clem.
You heard her, kid. A vote's the only way to settle this, or we'll be arguing forever.
Fine. I guess we're fucking voting.
Lewis needs to vote. Could you go get him? And try to talk to him.
Come on, Rosie. Come here, girl.
Could you guys go wait in the dorm? I'll come get you.
Ich riech gerade auch, dass mein Tondingens wieder so rummotzt.
Please don't kick us out.
Come on, let's go.
Ich sehe gerade, dass eine Tonspur ein bisschen hintenher hinkt. Und es nicht mehr so schön stereo ist. Ich werde das mal eben fixen, solange die Credits sind schon, solange das Intro läuft.
Sometimes I don't know the reason why, so I guess I'll keep gambling, lots of moves and lots of rambling. Well, it's easier than just waiting around to die.
Nee, es ist immer noch scheiße. Dann haben wir für den Rest des Streams halt Scheißton. Ich höre mir ihn mal an, ob es wirklich so scheiße ist. Okay, es scheint noch zu gehen.